Everyone. So I wanted to pop on. Yesterday I did a whipped cream demo, and I thought today would be fun to play around with whipping coffee. So I've only done this a couple of times. It's not something that I am by any means an expert at. It seems to be all the new rage, though it's nothing really new. They do this in other countries all the time, and they're called I've heard it called Dalgona coffee and something else. And you can drink it either on iced milk or hot. I have some hot milk already, and I don't have a microwave, so I had to heat it up on the stove prior to starting the video. But it's really easy and fun to make. I'm not dumb. What are you trying to do? My son is trying to sneak up on me because he's a twit. Anyway, it's fun and easy to make, and there's all different kinds of ways to make it. I have found that I am falling in love with using a mason jar to whip things. Don't mind the troll in the background. Mason jar and an electric whisk. He thinks coffee is the devil's drink or devil's juice. Oh my God. You do know we're live. Okay. That's my son. All right. So what you need is you're going to need coffee, instant coffee. I like to do a mixture of instant coffee and espresso just because I like the flavoring. And you're going to need a granular sweetener. Now mine is a keto version. The traditional version is used with sugar. And the reason that I don't do that is because, well, it's sugar. And sugar is a lot of carbs, adds fat, increases blood sugar, insulin response, and all of that. Never a dull day in my household. So what I'm using is the Lakanto monk fruit because I can get that at Costco relatively cheap. If you don't, so it's a mixture of monk fruit and erythritol. Erythritol is the only sugar alcohol that I use because I don't use xylitol. Remember what xylitol has more carbs in it and does give more of an insulin response, but it is also very difficult on the intestines and stomach, and it is deadly to dogs. So if you're a doggy lover, don't have xylitol in your house. If you don't like sugar alcohols, you can get allulose. We have allulose because we use this for when we make ice cream. So it's not a sugar alcohol, but it functions like a sugar alcohol. So it doesn't really have a Tyler's the photo bomber. It doesn't really give an insulin response or have a glycemic effect on your blood sugar. So it's safe for diabetics. It's not chemical like aspartame or sucralose. So, but it's a little more expensive, so we kind of save this just for certain things, whipped coffee not being one of them. All right. And then you need hot water. So some people do it with just regular water. I prefer to have nice hot water. I think it whips up better. And then of course, this is the best way to, the quickest way. If you don't have an electric whisker like this, you can get a battery operated frother, fairly cheap. It is going to take a little while longer. Your other option is to work those muscles out and use a regular whisk. That's not going to work as well in a mason jar, so you'd want to use a small jar or a small bowl, but you're not going to have coffee flying everywhere because it's just you whisking. So what I do is I like to use 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons of a mixture of the coffee and the espresso powder. So I just kind of eyeball it. I don't do exact just because, I don't know, don't. I do with the water, but not really with this. And then I'm going to put the granulated sweetener in. I use 2 tablespoons of this, and then I use a little bit of liquid stevia. The issue is you don't want to use too much of the granulated because it's a small amount, and so the amounts of the granulated, it will overpower it and make it take on a bitter taste, more bitter even than the coffee itself. So by adding a little bit of the liquid, it gives it a little bit more of the sweeter flavor without taking on the funk of the granulated sweetener. So it's really kind of just 1-to-1 ratios. And then 2 tablespoons of the water. And then because coffee is kind of bitter, I add salt to my milk. Normally I add it to my coffee, but I don't think it would froth up very well. And then this is chocolate flavored. If you saw my whipped cream video yesterday, you know I like the sweet leaf drops. And they come in various flavors. So I did an English toffee coffee yesterday, and I'm gonna do a chocolate one with the whipped today. So then that's literally it, and all you're gonna do is whip this. I kind of like try to get it mixed up a little, and then you'll see the color start to change, and you'll see it like really start getting like a whipped cream. So you can see it lightening already, and you saw how dark it was to begin with. Try and get any that stuck along the side. So it's just about done. I think just a little bit more. But you can see how it's really just kind of staying right there on the whisk. I know the sun in the back is wicked right now, but I'm not going to complain because it's sun and it's Wisconsin and it's still April, so I'm going to take it, and it's a gorgeous day. There. So now you can see how that went from that little bit, how much volume it got. This is actually enough for 2 servings. If it's just you, then you could do 1 tablespoon of the sweetener, 1 tablespoon of the coffee, or the espresso, or the combination, and 1 tablespoon of water, and whisk it up. But I'm going to make my daughter one too, because I'm nice like that. And then all you're going to do, look how nice and frothy that is. It just has such good body on it. You're just going to put that right on your warmed milk or your iced milk, whichever it is that you're using. And just kind of, it doesn't look very pretty because like it's in a mug, so you can't really see it. And if you can get organic, if you can get the organic instant coffee, that is the better choice. I'm waiting for mine to come. So this does not keep well in the refrigerator, so it's kind of more make it as you go. And I wouldn't really add, I haven't tried, but I don't know that it would proof up as well. Flavoring extracts, definitely give it a try. Maybe reduce the water a little if you're going to add a flavor extract, or add in a pinch more coffee. But oops, kind of got all gross. But it's definitely, it's not gonna keep this consistency for very long, maybe a couple hours. But that's it. So it's real easy and fun to make. And then basically what you do, so I think you can kind of see, but that's the whipped coffee floating on top of my milk. And then you can kind of just stir it around a little so you have it mixed in. And if you need it a little sweeter or less bitter, you're best off adding anything to the milk, because it is going to mix around, and so you will get it. But the whippedness of the coffee, whippedness, I think that's a word, is going to remain really good. Now I sounded like a cow. So anyway, that's my fun Sunday video, and I hope you enjoy it and have fun making your own version of whipped coffee. Post some flavor combinations if you want, Nathan. Post some flavor combinations if you want, or some pictures. I would love to see your pictures of your whipped coffee. And if you're doing it hot or iced, I've had it both ways. It's just not quite time here in Wisconsin for iced coffee. It will be soon, but not yet. So with that, it is a gorgeous day here in Green Bay, and I'm going to go enjoy my coffee outside and watch my kids play. Yeah, so share with me some of your creations. Have a great day. Happy Sunday.